Hi
Hi,
there. Hi
Anu-san.
there, Hiroki-san. Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you again too. Yep.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah, the first is today. I'm staying in Singapore.
Uh-huh.
So as a business trip,
Okay.
and there so 6 days.
Mhm.
Yeah. So of course now I have to speak now in English all days, and so I have to hear, listen, answer English. So all things that are in English. In the practice, so my brain is a bit tired. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard for me to understand and hard for me to think something in English all
Mhm.
days. Yeah.
So I think this will help you tremendously. This is a great moment for practice. Like you are doing it every time, like all the day. Like you're immersed into English. So maybe you won't notice the result right now. It might be hard for you, but in the coming days and months, you will feel like English is easier. Trust me. Yeah. Really?
Of course, of course, of course. Yeah, I believe you, believe in you. But yeah, it's a, I think it's a little bit the or the reason. Sort of my tired. Um, because the gaming with school teaches English is so clear and it's so easy to understand. And I think so. So Asian countries people's English are so a little bit strong accent, I think.
Right, right.
But on yeah, but on the other hand, so of course the dealing with school teachers, so it's great. But on the other hand, my coworkers, especially in the Asia Pacific region, the people have a strong accent, and there is a lot of type, of the accent.
Right.
Yeah, so it's confusing me, and so I have to try understand so hardly.
Yes.
So that is a reason, one of the reason, so that I'm if that time my brain tired.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand your frustration, but remember this lesson is made easy for you because it's a bridge. You have to cross the bridge into the
Hmm.
difficult zone, which is the real life where people might talk fast or may talk with an accent, you know? So
Yep.
that is the next level you're aiming for. This is practice.
Mm-hmm.
This is easy practice. So that
Yes.
is your goal. Where
So
you are right now, that
yeah.
is your goal.
Yeah. Of course, of course. And honestly speaking, you listen. Yeah. It's so something of an oasis.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's
Yeah. Hmm.
shall we start? This is
Oh yeah. Of course. Of course.
yeah, I've come across this lesson. This is very surprising actually. I'm really intrigued by this. Air taxi. This
Oh.
is like the future.
Hmm.
Mirai. Mirai?
Hmm.
Future.
Hmm.
Okay, let's start from
Okay.
exercise 1. First word is
Yep. Yep.
emission.
Emission.
The production and release of gases, especially those that are bad for the environment.
The production and release of gases, especially those that are bad for the
The
environment.
new measures are expected to cut carbon emissions by 15% over the next 7 years.
The new measures are expected to cut carbon emissions by 50% over the next 7 years.
Heliport.
Heliport,
Place where helicopters take off and land.
place where helicopters take off and land.
The hospital's heliport is vital for emergency medical airlifts.
The hospital's heliport is vital for emergency medical airlifts,
Back to back.
back to back,
Happening one after another without stopping.
happening one after another without stopping.
Today's movie marathon will feature back to back screenings of classic films.
Today's movie marathon will feature back-to-back screenings of classic films.
Electrify.
Electrify,
To convert a machine or system to use electricity.
to convert a machine or system to use electricity.
The company aims to electrify its vehicle fleet by 2025.
The company aims to electrify its vehicle fleet by 2025.
Ride sharing.
Ride sharing.
The practice of arranging travel in a private vehicle driven by its owner, typically through an app.
The practice of arranging travel in a private vehicle driven by its owner, typically through an app.
Ride sharing services are so much cheaper than taxis.
Ride-sharing services are so much cheaper than taxis.
Setback.
Setback.
To cost a particular amount of money.
To cost a particular amount of money.
Buying a new laptop set me back quite a bit, but it was worth it.
Buying a new laptop set me back quite a bit, but it was worth it.
Okay, perfect pronunciations. If you have any questions from these,
No questions so far. No problem.
okay. Would you like to repeat the article after me?
Yes, I'd like to read it together with you. So, and paragraph by
All right.
paragraph.
Electric air taxi makes quiet debut in New York City.
Electric air taxi makes quiet debut in New York City.
Electric aircraft could be the future of low noise transport in New York after a zero emissions air taxi made its first successful flight in the city this month.
Electric aircraft could be the future of low noise transport in New York after a zero emissions air taxi made its first successful flight in the city this month.
The super quiet electric aircraft flew from a heliport in downtown Manhattan on November 12th, the first trip of its kind in the city.
The super quiet electric aircraft flew from a heliport in downtown Manhattan on November 12, the first trip of its kind in the city.
Designed by Joby, a company that develops electric aircraft, the aircraft can carry 4 people and is powered by 6 electric motors. It can reach a top speed of around 320 kilometers per hour and takes just 5 minutes to recharge.
Designed by Joby, a company that develops electric aircraft. The aircraft can carry 4 people and is powered by 6 electric motors. It can reach a top speed of around 320 kilometers per hour and it takes just 5 minutes to charge.
Although it might look similar to a regular helicopter, it is 100 times quieter. The sound of the aircraft has been measured at around 45 decibels when flying 500 meters above the ground, which Joby says is quieter than an average conversation.
Although it might look similar to a regular helicopter, it is 100 times quieter. The sound of the aircraft has been measured at around 45 decibels when flying 500 meters above the ground, which Joby says is quieter than an average conversation.
The aircraft can travel 160 kilometers after just one charge and is designed to make back to back trips. Joby says that while a trip from JFK Airport to Manhattan may take over an hour by car, it would take just 7 minutes in the air taxi.
The aircraft can travel 160 kilometers and after just one charge, and is designed to make back-to-back trips. Joby says that while a trip from JFK Airport to Manhattan may take over an hour by car, it would take just 7 minutes in the air taxi.
On November 13, the day after the aircraft's flight, New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced the city's plan to electrify the heliport in Manhattan in an aim to become a global leader in clean, quiet flight.
On November 13, the day after the aircraft flight, New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced the city's plan to electrify the heliport in Manhattan in an aim to become a global leader in clean, quiet flight.
In a press release, Jobin Bivert, founder and CEO of Joby Aviation, said, We plan to make quiet, emissions free flight an affordable everyday reality for New Yorkers while significantly reducing the impact of helicopter noise.
In a press release, Jovan Bird, founder and CEO of Joby Aviation, said we plan to make quiet, emission-free flight an affordable, everyday reality for New Yorkers while significantly reducing the impact of helicopter noise.
The idea is that travelers can book their trip in the Joby aircraft as they would on a ride sharing app such as Uber or Lyft. While the cost of a trip is still unconfirmed, the company has previously said using the electric aircraft will only set you back as much as a ride share in a car, according to Reuters. Reuters. This is Reuters.
Reuters. Okay. The idea is that travelers can book their trip in the Joby aircraft and they would run a ride-sharing app such as Uber or Lyft. While the cost of a trip is still unconfirmed, the company has previously said using the electric aircraft will only set you back as much as a ride share in a car, according to Reuters.
The aircraft is currently being tested to meet Federal Aviation Administration standards before it becomes available for commercial use. Joby hopes to begin public trips in the aircraft in 2025.
The aircraft is currently being tested to meet Federal Aviation Administration standards before it becomes available for commercial use. Joby hopes to begin public trips in the aircraft in 2025.
Oh, this is so cool. I wish I was in New York.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay,
Actually,
you did a very good job reading, and
thank
I
you.
think this is a tough article, but you
Mm,
did a good job. Let's see.
Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions? Anything you don't understand?
No question. Yeah, so that I can catch up this
Okay.
article. Yeah,
I,
no
I think
problem.
Reuters is
Mhm.
a media. No, it's a news outlet.
Yeah, yeah, yes. So one of the news I've read. Yes.
Okay. Discussion.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on Joby's first successful test flight in New York?
Yes, like to say the congratulations to Joby for successful
Mm.
and of course it's one of the first step of the aviation to be this a little bit commercial and easy transport.
Mm.
This, especially around the metropolitan area.
Right.
So with this, there is a lot of the traffic jams and also it's hard for us to move
Mm.
from the A point to B point. Yeah, so that is great. But I know the news of this
Mm.
successful from the X, but so Joby explained
Mm.
about that this air taxi is different from the helicopter and the drone. But so the aviation researchers in the aviation studies
Mm.
so doctors and also the pointed out so this is one of the drone and this is not different from the helicopter
Okay.
and so as it were so they would like to say this is not new one
Mm.
but it's of course their trial
Mm.
and the values how they work. So on the other hand, it's not new. This is expanded of the exist technology.
Existing
So
technology.
sorry,
Mm.
existing technology. So that's it. Yeah. So all the Joby, of course, so they have to appeal themselves so to politicians and so any other VPs, and therefore they need to have they need
Mhm.
money to develop their business. So yeah, so it is a little bit criticized
Mhm.
against their behavior.
Mhm. Okay.
But yeah, but so in fact, well, as it were, ordinary people don't care. So it's drone or helicopter or not. So yeah, we hope
Mhm.
easy to move
Mhm.
from around the metropolitan area and or in the oh I hope so around the
Right.
skyscrapers. Yeah, so yeah, and we felt welcome. So they're successful, I
Right.
think.
Ordinary people care about safety and the
Hmm.
affordableness, right? It should be not
Affordableness.
very expensive.
Mm.
I love your answer.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it covered very different parts, like the advertisement part and what the ordinary
Hmm.
people want. So that's a very, very full answer. Your matter was great. Like you talked about it,
Oh,
you
thank you.
attacked the answer from different directions. That is so good. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Thank you very
yeah.
much.
It's
Yeah,
existing technology.
I'm glad to hear that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, it's a very well thought answer. You have different perspectives on a single thing. Nice.
Uh-huh.
You joined
Mm.
your experience, your information that you learned from X. So that is awesome. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Do you think
Mhm.
electric air taxis will become a common sight in the future?
Yes, I do. That's about the near future. So it's a bit so after 10 years, or 15 years after, air taxis will
Mm.
become common
Right.
in our country in the
Right.
world, in worldwide, I think.
Right. No more whistling. Like back in the days, people would whistle a taxi. Like that's gone with Uber and Lyft, and now with the air taxis, that's
Hmm.
gone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Were you surprised that the air taxi might only cost as much as a rideshare trip?
Yes, I am.
Me too.
Um, you too?
Oh,
Yes. So, of course, it's using the
mm-hmm.
electricity, and but mm, so in the future, there's a lot of the air taxis, and there are a lot of the chargers for air taxis. Yeah, so after that, this um so this
Mm-hmm.
price came across, no, oh overcome
Will
overcome
come
so
will come down. The price will come
oh
down
will come down. Oh, well, price come down, so it will come down. Yeah,
as
exactly.
the
Yeah.
infrastructure grows. Like there are more charging points and more
Mm-hmm.
demand. So
More demand. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
initially it might be expensive, but sooner than later. Like with every technology, the price comes
Mm-hmm.
slow. Like when the phones were introduced, they were very expensive. Now the phones are pretty cheap. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're right. You're
Okay.
right.
Have you ever taken a ride in a helicopter? If you have, oh my God, I'll consider you rich.
Unfortunately, I have never.
Okay.
Yeah, so occasionally, so on the land, so that I get on get on a helicopter.
You have?
So on the land.
Okay.
So but I have never taken a ride helicopter so in the sky and
Right.
also yeah.
Would you like to? That's an obvious question, I think. Obvious answer. No?
Actually, yeah, it's a so difficult question because so in my free time I love the photography. So I'd like to shoot from the sky with helicopter, but I I dislike the higher place.
Right.
Yeah, higher so site. It's and so my my I just like hate
Heights.
height.
Yeah.
I just like heights.
Mm.
So and so my mind struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I can so ride on a helicopter.
Your
Yeah.
your camera might be like shaking, and you might get blurry pictures if you're scared like that.
But so recent stabilization is so
Oh
great.
yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Against my so shaking. Yeah.
Are ride-sharing apps like Uber or Lyft popular where you live?
The unfortunately, no, it isn't.
No.
So no, so because our law interrupted so expanded over so Uber's taxi, so
Really?
yeah, now politicians so discuss so or the open the
Mm.
ride sharing or not. So in fact, it's a so it's not a good discussion in the so past years. The taxi is one of the or one of the important industry for um, so especially around the so metropolitan
Mm.
areas. So they would like to protect and also protect their job the job security. They don't open to ride sharing.
Oh, okay. So the taxi union is very strong in Japan.
In Japan, yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
in India, I think
Mhm,
Uber is very popular now. We Lyft was never introduced in India. We only have Uber,
mhm.
and
Oh,
I
Uber.
I think you
Oh,
might have heard of tuk-tuks. Tuk-tuks are very popular. Tuk-tuk. Yeah.
tuk-tuk.
Tuk Tuk-tuk
Oh,
is like a three-wheeler auto.
tuk-tuk.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So these are the
How about?
uh,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. So there are three wheels, like one wheel at the front, two wheels at the back.
Mhm.
So it's called a
Oh,
tuk-tuk.
it is so. It's a famous in the Thailand.
Yeah, I think they are in the Thailand now too. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we usually so call that them tuk tuk.
Yeah. The foreigners call them tuk-tuks. We call them auto.
Uh-huh. Auto.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, cool name. Yeah, great.
Okay.
And then so how about Grab? So a Grab app.
Which app? Grub?
Grab.
Which app is that?
Oh, that is one of the so famous ride sharing apps. So like Uber.
What's the name? GRUB? Grub?
Oh no no. GRAB.
No,
Grab.
never heard of it.
Oh
No.
really? So I think so. I think so. It is so very popular in East Asia countries, but so of course
Hmm.
Japan. So ride sharing is not forgiven. So Grab, we can't use Grab
Hmm.
in Japan. But so now, so I staying in Singapore,
Hmm.
yeah, and so I use every day so Grab, and so sometimes so to deliver, I was asking it to deliver the food,
Hmm.
so they're using the Grab, and yeah, on the other hand, so I have to do calling the car taxi or so like ride
Hmm.
sharing, so they're using the Grab, yeah, and so Grab is so popular.
Okay. But we have other alternatives: Uber, Ola, Swiggy,
Mm-hmm.
Zomato.
Ola,
Yeah, these are
tomato.
like food delivery services.
Oh,
Rapido. We have so many.
oh,
Yeah.
Rapido. Oh, Rapido, sir has yes, I have that so experience never too
Yeah.
hard to hear the name,
R-
but Zomato,
yeah.
Ola, Swiggy, it's never.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. These came up
Okay, okay.
in the past 5 years or so. These are new companies, like young
Mm,
companies.
young companies.
And
Oh,
Rapido is for two-wheelers. There's only bikes you can hire.
oh,
Yeah,
bike.
it's super cheap
Oh,
because it's not a car. Yeah,
uh-huh.
you just ride behind
So,
someone.
oh, behind. So a bit, so a bit, I think it's with the danger.
But they give you a helmet. They have two helmets.
Okay, so of course, but it's so well rather than
Yeah.
car and it's a taxi and so any other so or ride sharing, we I felt so I'm afraid to to the car accident also.
Right, but it's very it's there's a lot of traffic, so I prefer two wheelers. Also, money decides
Mm-hmm.
everything. If you have a lot of money, you can even get a helicopter.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Hey,
That
it's time.
I enjoy your conversation, dude. You're awesome. I just want to say that.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much. It's a one helpful lesson for me.
And don't be frustrated. Like I said, you'll do great. Just keep trying.
Okay, of course. Of course, now your lesson is not stressful. They are so great and they're so relaxed and enjoy. Thank you very much.
And remember to sleep because when you sleep, your brain absorbs everything that you learn. So you'll be better then.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't sleep, you might struggle again. So
Ah,
sleep
okay.
more.
So now I will go my bed. So yeah.
おやすみなさい。
おやすみなさい。ありがとうございました。
Okay.